What is going on, guys? One more time, Social Banter Podcast here. And as always, my team player, my teammate, my one and only, my sidekick, my everything, Mrs. Cruz here. My queen.
Hey.
And,
Our special.
Of course, we have amazing peoples here.
Two of our very best friends.
Oh, yeah.
Husband and wife duo.
Oh, yeah.
This is our first one like it. And to start the show off.
Commemorate.
Wait. Who are they?
Well, we'll get to that after our shot.
Jeez.
You'll never know.
We will get that after our shot.
All right, tequila shot.
Our
first
tequila
thing
shot.
before we do anything. We're doing tequila
because this
shot.
is what we always do in our little group.
What kind of tequila is this?
Some Camarena.
You, Miss Lady, what is it?
Mr. Camarena.
Camarena.
It's
Camarena
reposado.
Gold.
It's reposado.
Gotta have the gold.
It's better for shooting. Just FYI for
And
everyone.
here we are, guys. So
Cheers.
ready? Salute.
Salute.
Letter Kenny style.
Double tap.
Delicious.
Ooh, that was smooth.
The best shooting tequila I've ever had. Camarena, if you hear this.
And thank you, Jordan Robbins, for the
introducing.
suggestion and introducing us to our favorite tequila. So, babe, you ready to introduce our guests?
Yeah.
Go for it.
So these people, as Melissa said, they're two of our best friends. They're amazing. This guy is something else. His body is Wonderland.
Thank you.
And when it comes to drumming, I mean, it is ridiculous. Give it up for Mr. and Mrs. Deuro.
Hi.
Chris
what
and
up?
Jenn Deuro. Christopher, he is the drummer for Screaming at the Silence, which is one of a great metal band. And you guys, if you guys heard the Mike Liguori episode, he is the lead singer of Screaming at the Silence as well. So I decided to bring my brother in as well, my
He
drumming
is the
brother.
lead drummer
Yes.
in Screaming at the Silence.
Yep, the one and only. There's the only one that can actually keep up.
He is also
a lot of
in
work.
a cover band
A few of them.
as well.
Yeah.
A few of them.
Couple.
So, Chris, let's get started with you.
Okay.
What got you into music?
Well,
You're from New York, so you're
I
not
am.
originally from here. So
Correct.
you played music in New York as well, correct?
yeah.
I do remember a video.
Not so much, not so much covers like I do down here, but my father was a artist relations rep for a known drumstick company called Regal Tip, which is located in Niagara Falls, New York, which is where I'm from.
Which he told my daughter all about, and she is like enamored with it.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh my God, I really can't believe Jan. Like, how cool
shout out
is
to
it
Dan-
Right?
to
Dan.
go
Dan.
all over and sell
Jan.
just drumsticks?" Like, she was so amazed with your dad the other night.
Yeah,
Such
shout
a
out to
cool
his
thing.
dad, Jan.
Yeah, some of the stories he had is just incredible. But yeah, I mean, so I got introduced to drums at a very young age. And of course, I had no idea what I was getting myself into when I saw Poison or Cinderella play live. And I just knew that this was something that I would not only love to do, but love to do every single day of my life. And growing up, I played concert band, wind ensemble, jazz band.
So
throughout
in
high
school you played.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I started in 5th grade. Just, the single snare drum, and built my path along that way. And basically how it kind of all started was my older brother, Justin. I'm the youngest of 3. And my older brother, Justin.
boys.
All
All
boys.
boys.
Oh, yeah. He actually plays drums as well. And he is amazing. This guy can drum circles around me. But the biggest difference between him and I is that he was so much more technical. And I have so much more heart when I play. I like to show my emotions, whether
It's
I
all
need
about
to
that
hit
smile,
something.
baby.
Yeah.
You got that signature
$1
smile,
million
bro.
smile.
Seriously.
$1 million smile.
Yeah, so I obviously, had a few dark times with my immediate family, always asking if I'm better than my brother. And, it was just kind of hard to say, look, it's two different people playing the same instrument. I mean,
Did you guys both have training growing up? Did you learn by ear?
He actually, my brother taught me when I was fairly young, and very simple, just kind of, 4 on the hi-hat, 2 and 3 on the snare.
Oh, I tried that. Yeah, that's very hard. If
Yeah.
you're not rhythmically inclined.
I really tried explaining that to her, but
if you're not rhythmically inclined, it does not work.
Yeah, it's the best way to put it is that it's 90% mental, 10% physical, because a lot of it you kind of just have to think out of the box. Okay. And I mean, from there, I was basically self-taught after that, and I love every minute of playing. I mean, I play my gigs like it's the last time I'm ever going to play drums.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
The true musicians say that. Like everybody we know, the ones that really have the passion and the heart for it, they say that. They put their all in every show.
Absolutely. You kind of have to. It's like people are paying to see you perform.
So what was the first genre of music you played or were into?
So after my brother
I remember a video.
After my brother
we'll get into those details in a little bit here. Hopefully he'll bring it up before we do.
Sexy details.
But I started playing like full songs. I mean, it was a mixture between Van Halen, Sum 41, Simple Plan, Nickelback, unfortunately. And I mean, it was just very simple times. And I remember in 9th grade in jazz band, I met the bass player, Andy. And I'll never forget this day. He turned around while we were practicing, in school, mind you. And he was like, "You ever heard of August Burns Red or Texas in July?"
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, no. And that was basically the downfall of my music career right there. 'Cause I mean, Matt Greiner and Adam Gray, both of the drummers of August Burns Red and Texas in July, were such a huge influence to me. And I mean, I had Dennis Chambers from briefly with Santana in the basement. I mean, this was 20 years ago. And I remember him sitting down at my brother's kit, adjusting some things. And he goes, "Well, you want this here, you want this here, and then you can do this." And I remember sitting on the stairs being like, "Oh my God, this is incredible." But of course, I didn't know exactly who he was, and I mean, he is a legend.
Yeah, but now you do it like it's no problem with a smile on your fucking
But
face.
hold on.
Like what?
But hold on. The Santana thing, because babe, you had somebody with Santana as well.
Well, he's with Santana now.
Correct.
Yeah, Dennis Chambers was in Santana when, like, OG Santana crew.
OG.
You know what I mean?
But you had an influence in that.
Yes, my
Santana
mentor
as well.
Paoli Mejias. He's the conga player and rhythm percussionist for Santana now.
So
in
just
his new
that
lineup.
with the two of you
I
is
know, it's
amazing.
crazy.
I mean,
It's
who would have
crazy.
thought?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'll add to that. One of our first dates, Santana was playing in St. Pete, and we
right.
went and saw
Oh my God.
them in
That
St.
is
Pete.
awesome.
Like just walking by, we saw
That
them.
is badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, but so I never really, I played in one known band up north, Kills the Moment. And I mean, it was everything I've ever
Shout out
wanted
to
in a
them
band.
if they're still, going
Yeah,
on.
they're there.
Yeah, okay.
We were all good friends, and I mean, basically, as time went on, my hometown didn't do too much for me. I felt
You grew out of it.
I felt empty. Yeah, it wasn't a place where I wanted to be.
Exactly.
So fast forward to why you came to Florida,
Right.
from New York.
So in around November 2013, I told my parents, I said, "You know what? I'm done with this. I'm going to save up and I'm leaving." And I came to Florida. because I have two uncles down here, to where I knew that I can not only get my, feet on concrete ground, but I knew I also had family, and family is
A support
very
system.
important. Yeah,
Yeah.
family is very important to me. And I remember my first week and a half down here, I was staying with my uncle Nicky, and he found a band on Craigslist. Now
so he found the band.
Now again,
Oh, okay.
This was 2013, all right? So Craigslist wasn't so creepy.
Craigslist was popping.
Craigslist was free,
2013.
I believe.
Yeah,
I
it
think
was
you have to
popping.
pay.
Yeah, it
you have to
was.
pay for
The
it.
Craigslist murder wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't start
Craigslist
killing
rapists
people
weren't a
yet.
thing
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought a dryer from Craigslist back then.
Oh, I've gotten multiple stuff. Yeah.
That's on the next podcast, mind
So
you.
go ahead. So
he found the
for you.
band, and he said, "Hey, Chris, come take a look at this." All right.
So 1 second. Were you working when you came here?
Yes, I was actually working at Hooters.
Okay.
Shout out.
Shout out to Hooters.
And again, I was a busboy, not a waitress.
At
So
that
that's
point,
not-
whatever. I've
Although
seen you on
I had
those.
the hair.
Is that where you met Danny?
I've seen
or
you on
did
those
that
orange
come
shorts,
later?
boy.
That came
So
later.
that was
when I
at a
met
different
Danny.
time.
Correct,
Okay, so go
yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
So, my uncle came up and said, listen to these guys, check them out. And I believe they had 2 or 3 songs, and I remember listening to them and knowing that I could add much more to what they had to elevate the band. Because
And
again,
what band was this?
this was Screaming at the Silence.
Okay.
This was with Mike Ligori, and as a
Mike, and Hefe.
And you guys have already heard Mike, so you're understanding the concept of Screaming at the Silence and how Chris got involved.
somewhat, the cliff notes of that.
Yeah.
The monster.
Yeah.
So from Chris's
The Mike
words,
version.
So I hit Mike up, and we went back and forth, and I'm not sure if he wanted to detail about our exchanging of messages.
Well, you should, because Mike threw you under the bus on our podcast, and he actually, he didn't
You
throw
were
you under the
nervous.
bus.
Did he tell the story?
He told the story about apparently you told the drummer when you got there. You were like, "Oh, I'm
You
looking forward to
are taking
replacing
his
you."
job.
Well,
Yeah.
look. I want to set the record straight.
Yeah.
Because
he was very secure in himself.
I
But I loved
He's
it.
an Italian New
I loved it.
Yorker.
Well, and that's
Come
why
on.
we get along so well sometimes.
absolutely.
Because we have that Italian blood.
Yeah.
And so go ahead.
Well, I met Mike and Dane, and they were great and welcomed me with open arms. And I think maybe it was the 3rd or 4th practice in, because I knew that the drummer just got a job in North Carolina, South Carolina, something like that. So he was leaving. So I wanted to be polite. And again, because I respect,
But you're also
the
from New
music.
York, bro.
Well, again,
you know what I mean? Like, hey,
I
get out of here.
I wanted to be
Hey,
respectful.
Lon is his middle name.
So I wanted to be respectful, and I went up to him and I said, hey man, I look forward to replacing you. Well,
Which in Florida, it's meant like a fucking
Apparently
the
so.
lowest,
A big
like
fuck
a
you.
big fuck
Fun
you,
booty.
bro. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to replace you, bro. Just get out of my sight.
When we
you know?
heard that story from Mike,
Yo, it was hilarious.
Was that the first time you heard that story?
It was hilarious.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so great.
surprisingly, for me, it was the first time I heard that story.
Yeah.
Really?
Danny had heard that story, being that they
Did-
were roommates, and
That's
did
so
he
funny.
tell you what happened afterwards?
Oh yeah, the first
No.
practice.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Oh.
so all right, bring it
So
on.
we need something good. You need to tell him back.
So when I don't know if it was the first practice, but or what you're thinking, but after I did that, I think maybe a week went by after we practiced, and they all kind of gather around me. I was like, all right, what's going on here?
Everybody from the band?
Yeah.
He
Yes.
thinks he's the shit, and he's going to replace him. So what
And
do you
they
got?
they came around and you're like, hey man, well, you're really good. You learn these songs. You're in the band. And I chuckled. And I looked down at my hand as it was a notepad. And I said, oh, join band in Florida. Check. Okay, guys, I quit. See you later.
Oh!
And their faces,
Oh, shit.
their faces were just, It was like they seen a ghost, and I mean, we busted out laughing, and I think not only did I know, but I think they knew at that point that I was going to fit in and be.
And the funny thing is that Mike's humor, Mike and Liz, I mean,
totally would get it.
They got it.
They
right
loved
away,
it.
you know.
Danny, I will never forget that in my life.
Guys
and obviously, Mike did not forget that either because that was the topic of part of the conversation. So
yeah, I met them, and they opened up numerous doors for me. You know, with Soundmate Studios. And meeting, Jason Donadio.
Shout out to Jay.
Woo-hoo!
And then as well as Driven, which is how I met Danny. And of course...
All right, so go ahead, explain that real quick.
Yeah, so I didn't...
Because of
Driven, I met Danny.
It was love at first
Well,
sight.
Screaming at the Silence was
we
practicing.
We practiced at
the studio.
right? So, but, I mean, Danny and I clicked. From the first day we met each other, and I was still living with my uncle, and I was like, well, fuck this, because, I don't want to live with my family. So Danny and I got together, and we ended up rooming together with Mikey.
Our boy Mikey.
Yeah. Shout
Mikey
out to
Ramos.
Mikey. I miss you, baby.
He's in Puerto Rico right now, so shout out to him and his girl out there.
Nice.
And, I mean, from that, it's
was
history.
interesting.
Well,
that was when Melissa came in the picture.
So, yes. So we had,
are we going there? Is this it?
We'll briefly
Go ahead.
explain it.
Yeah.
Please.
So
Positive.
we'll briefly explain it. Danny and Chris were roommates. I met Danny.
And Mikey was amazing.
Yeah.
I love you, Mikey.
But, so I met Danny. We were having a date night. We ended up back at his place. I met Chris.
And by his place, she means an apartment filled with two other guys.
And thank God he warned me. I love him for this. And this was like a make or break type of date.
Sure, yeah.
He basically said to me, I share the apartment with 2 to 3 other guys sometimes.
Solene.
Yes.
Shout out to Solene. I don't know where you are, man, but we had some good times.
But my room is completely clean. I have OCD. I am organized. Please don't judge me on the rest of the house.
Now, was he bullshitting you when he said that his room was clean?
Oh, his room was spotless. Mm-hmm. Everything was put away.
Yep.
Everything was in order. And then he did introduce me to Chris. So from that time on, throughout this...
I introduced you to Chris and Mikey, the people that actually mattered.
Yeah. But throughout this, Chris... We would hang out, or I'd come over there. We'd throw darts or whatever. But but the three of us,
she would clean up for us.
Yeah, the three of us did hit it off very well. Mm-hmm. And after a few months of us dating, Chris was with us on a birthday adventure.
All right, so Chris,
really
right here. No.
What,
people don't want to hear about your story. People want to hear about Chris's
story.
This made it for me.
Do we really need to go there?
Hold on, I'm not going to go that in depth.
It shows his talent,
but
Danny,
it shows my talent, and it shows his talent, and it shows his friendship.
That part we can talk about. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, we were going to go the other part.
No, his friendship really came into play that night.
Oh, for sure.
We went out on Danny's birthday, which is Valentine's Day, and he was playing a show, and...
I was trying to. I was attempting to.
And I had a friend from high school show up and decided he was buying shots. And because it was the first time he was meeting my husband, he took that as I'm going to really give Danny as much as I can. And Chris was there with us.
I was. I like to support.
And never, ever playing the songs that he played.
Because I was not in a cover band and I did not want to be in a cover band.
Exactly.
At that point.
Mm-hmm. But I had to take Danny home. And I went over to Chris and I said, Chris, there's another 45 minutes left. It's the last of the night.
Yes.
Please
play 2 and 4 for the rest of the night.
Chris came to the fucking rescue like fucking Superman.
Yeah. I said to him, and this was the first time that I realized what kind of friend Chris Deuro was. Because I said to him, Chris, and we had only known each other a few months.
Yeah.
But I had said to him, like, Chris, I need a huge favor. I need you to please do this.
Finish
I
this
need
gig
you
so we can get paid.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we need to get paid. I need you to finish this last show. I need you to pack up his drum kit and bring it home at the end of the night. And he looked at me and said, I've never played these songs, but I know how to do them. And
I know how to play 2 and 4.
That's
4 on the floor.
Yes, but he said to
going.
me, I don't know how to do it. I've never played with them, but I'm going to do it.
Yep.
And I will see you home later on.
So just to add on to that, so I was playing these songs I'd never played before. Granted, I have heard them before. And I was working at Hooters at this point in time. And of course, my fucking luck, I was playing these songs. Was I happy about it? Not too really, but it was okay.
Yeah, definitely not.
And all of a sudden, these 2 Hooter waitresses that I work with at my store walk in, go right
2 of the hottest ones.
go right up to the drum set, and I mean, 2 feet in front of me. They stand up and basically goes, "I know the drummer. So."
Oh,
sorry,
man.
I had to stand away.
No, that was perfect. That was perfect.
And I'm sitting there like, fuck my life. Fuck this
I
shit.
was not supposed to be here. I was not supposed to be doing this. But for my friend.
Of course.
And you killed it.
And he did.
I think I did. I don't.
He did.
To be honest, I do not remember that night at all.
One of these days we'll have Mike C in here and we'll talk about all those stories.
Oh my god!
But he did it.
Yeah,
I'm sure
And
Mike C
I
and
was
Steph C will
so
love to be in the
appreciative.
podcast.
So
shout out to them.
And I think at that moment, that's where we bonded.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But seriously, I think at that moment.
She knew who I was.
Yeah.
That's because again, she wasn't living in their apartment. I've seen her maybe three times a week when she would come over, whatever, but I knew Danny and I love Danny. He's like a fucking brother to me.
But I was also in my dark places. I was in some dark places back then.
Yeah, we're not going emo.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but
But
yes,
at that time,
I
think that was the breaking point for me and Chris where we knew...
You knew
wasn't
who I
just
was.
the same.
Man.
Yeah, it wasn't just a friendship between him and Danny.
Yes, family.
It was a friendship
Yeah.
between me and him as well.
Yeah. So that happened. And, as time went on.
And welcome.
Yeah.
And we're back.
You got mail.
Danny went and, did you get your own place after that?
No, I actually moved in with her and her parents where she was staying at in Atlanta Lakes.
For just a little while as we were
it was
trying
like a
to find
couple
our
of
own
months,
place.
and then we got our first house,
Yeah.
which it was a 2-story house in Atlanta Lakes.
That's right. Okay.
And that-
so
it was pretty badass.
So after we went our separate ways, now,
But it wasn't really separate.
By living standards.
living
Yes.
standards.
Yeah,
yes.
living standards was separately.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I went and got my own apartment, and that's when, ladies and gentlemen, I joined Twitter. Or Twitter.
Was it Twitter?
No, it's Tinder.
Tinder.
I also joined Twitter. at that
Social
same
media and dating apps are not the same.
point. Well, it
Tinder.
could definitely
Twinder.
be the
Okay,
same.
so this is
So it was Tinder, yes.
So
Was Jen the
this
first
is
date?
wait, no. Hold on. This is the part where we get into the nitty gritty.
Yes.
This is the part.
The best years of his life.
Exactly. So
All 2 of them.
So
I know.
So we want to hear. We definitely want to hear.
Right.
What's
Excuse me.
from the Tinder story to the married story?
Sure.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
What do we got going on here?
I remember being at Sound Maze, and my buddy looked at me and said, "Damn, dude, you look down." I said, "Well, it could be better. I'm banging drums, so life is great."
Hey, we love banging in public.
All day. And he was like, "Well, I think you need a girl, man. You gotta
Who
do
was
something."
this at that time?
Dane, right?
was Dane.
Oh God, Dane was involved in so much because even in Ligori's thing,
Shout
we
out
talked
to
to
Dane
him.
Sanford.
Dang.
Yeah, Dane.
So I'm
Band
like,
wife.
I'm like, whatever, man.
He is
Honorary
the
band wife.
designated band wife.
Honorary band wife, Dane.
Dane is the one that hangs out with us.
Okay.
We
So-
love you, Dane.
So, like, yeah, all right, man, whatever. And I joined this app called Tinder. And again, I am not much of a dating app kind of guy. I like to go out, whether it's at a bar or a show.
Meet people
You
on
know, I like
campus.
absolutely, you know. And well,
But we tried that; it did not work.
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't what I was looking for, you know. But I joined Tinder and I met this lovely lady to my
Was it a
right.
swipe right?
But wait,
both swiped.
So you both
don't
swiped
don't go straight to the point, bro. Like, okay,
Did you date
How
anybody
many-
else on there?
how many did you have before?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I know
I'm interested in
bro
that.
code. I know
Right.
bro code,
No,
but
that's
how many
cool.
did you have
That's
that
all
you
right.
have told her?
So on Tinder, if you're not familiar with it, you have to swipe right, or is it
If you
left?
like someone.
If I like
If you
somebody,
like
you
someone, you
swipe
swipe
right.
right. If you
And
don't-
if when they see your photos, if they swipe right as well, you'll get a notification
Oh, so you're
saying
matched
it's
up.
a match.
So it's a perfect match.
So I had about 15 matches.
But how many did you actually?
Damn,
want
you're a
on date
pimp.
with?
One. Jen was the first Tinder girl I met in person.
Tinder girl, I hate that.
And
That's
where
not
was
a
the
good one.
first Tinder date?
Oh,
Tinder date.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sure.
So where
Tinder
was
girl.
the
Well,
first
girl.
Well, you
Tinder
were at
date?
that point because
I
then
know.
you became.
if she was a
Tinder date.
suicide girl, then it would have been like
you.
it was
It's
my
not a
first
girl.
suicide
I
girl.
know.
Well,
You know what I mean? Like,
Thank you.
That's
Thank
different.
you. I
You
know.
know what I mean? Yeah.
They're taking it so
yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
seriously.
moving on.
They're women.
Where was the first
We love them.
Tinder date that you guys went on?
Go ahead, Jenny.
yeah,
this is
that's-
my
that's
wife,
the funny story.
Jennifer.
Yeah,
Andre
let's
Deuro.
get Jen on the
That's-
let's
Go ahead.
get Jen on the
Good
mic
story.
so we
So
can hear that
we
story.
had been talking, just texting back and forth for a couple weeks. And then we finally decided, all right, it's time to we kind of
Obviously, this was pre-COVID.
yeah. Oh, this is 2015, so very much.
Yeah, thank
pre-COVID.
you. Let's go on dates on actual years and dates.
It's okay.
It was 2
So-
p.m. on a Wednesday.
So, we had come up with a day to meet on a Thursday.
Okay.
And I woke up Monday morning and I texted him. I was like, we kind of had that thing where it's like, good morning, whatever, cute little first, whatever. So,
Aww.
I know. So, I texted him. I was like, I had the weirdest dream. I had a dream that we went out that we went out and whatever. And he's texted back. He's like, well, fuck it. Let's just go out tonight. I know we're supposed to meet Thursday, but this seems like a clear-cut sign, let's just go out. And I was like, thank God because I was on my way to work when this happened, so I was like, thank God I showered this morning. And it was Monday morning, thank God I was up and ready.
Wait, hold on. Does that mean that you don't shower every day, or what are you talking about? You
No, it
think that
means-
you showered today?
No,
Every other day.
women, as they shower, they don't do their, they
It's
don't
the
shower.
hair.
Oh, their
It's
hair.
based on the
Okay,
hair.
Every
gotcha,
single
gotcha,
day.
gotcha.
It's like
It's based
every
on the
other
hair.
day.
Yeah.
It's based
Sorry.
on the hair. It's
Just
So
different.
you
making
were
sure.
completely fresh hair,
Oh, yeah.
It's
everything.
weird.
And I actually was dressed, because my
you were
outfits
dressed
were
for ready for
yes.
work. Yeah.
For whatever.
So he was like, all right, let's just meet tonight. I
So
was
where
like,
did you guys meet?
All right. So we decided, I work in Clearwater. He lived in Palm Harbor and worked in Palm Harbor. So I was like, all right, let's go to Dunedin. That's kind of like a middle ground.
Yeah, they'll be halfway between you guys. Yeah.
Middle ground. My company had a Christmas party at the Drought House right there on Main Street.
Yep.
A year or two back. And I was like, let's just go there. It's a great place, So I got off work and I went there and I walked up and I was like,
already sitting there.
I
nervous.
was so nervous. Okay, so this
So
is
hold on,
my
first of all,
first date as
you
well.
were-
Always on
already-
time.
I was already there.
He was
Did you already
there.
have a drink?
He already had a Bud Light.
Had a Bud Light.
Okay.
Of
Yeah,
course,
but-
he's got to get loosened up.
I'm
So-
literally meeting someone on the internet.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
getting drunk.
And
the
this
very
was
first
my
time.
first Tinder meetup as
You're
well.
hoping
Right.
that you're not being
I-
catfished.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, my name's Stephanie.
Yes. I'm Roberta.
I'm Jen.
So go ahead.
So this is my first Tinder meet up as well. And even before meeting up, we got out of the way that Tinder does have this stereotypical thought about it, that it's a hookup website, and that's all it is. Well, we very much
Neither one of you were looking for that.
We got that out very early through text. Like, this isn't what we were looking for.
Well, and I remember that of being with Chris.
Yeah.
He wanted to find somebody to be his mate.
Yeah.
He wasn't looking for just hookups.
Exactly. So I walk up and he's sitting there. He has a Bud Light, and like I remember walking up, and then I remember like an hour later. Like, it's very strange how you kind of black out when you met the one, I think, or at least for me. I feel like I blacked out for like a hot minute. And
you guys need a drink?
Yeah,
we gotta make sure we got a refill real quick.
It's time for
Yeah, you need one.
Time for
what you want? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking vodka and sparkling ice things. I don't know.
Sounds good. And you're drinking dirty martini, right?
I am.
Dirty
I'm
martini?
going dirty
I'm on my
tonight.
Crown and Coke today, and Melissa's with the dirty martinis with Chris. So.
And we still got tequila going.
Hell yeah. Sorry, I wanted to make sure that everybody was good on drinks, because this is getting really good.
We're set.
Seriously.
Yeah, I remember her walking up, and I was just stunned. I was like, wow, she's absolutely, if not more gorgeous as she was in the photos. And I remember standing up and, being the gentleman that I am.
Stand up.
Pull out her chair. She sat down.
Oh, gee, that's right.
Yeah, he real one for it.
I specifically remember when she sat down, I looked up for the waitress. I said, "Excuse me, over here." And it was a dick
Got
move
my
to
drink
think,
real
but I
quick.
got her drink. Yes, I got her settled in.
Right away.
I had a vodka
away.
on the rocks with lime.
One more refill, please.
Yeah.
I had a vodka on the rocks with lime.
Shout out to Melissa. She's bartending tonight.
Ayo. We love that. And we, the thought was really just to get drinks, and that was it. Not really dinner or whatever. And we ended up closing the bar down.
Yep.
Well, hold on a second.
And we didn't.
He said what he thought of you as soon as he saw you. What did you thought
What'd you
of
think
him?
about me, Jenn?
What did you think of
What did you think about
him?
me?
Do you really want to know?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
So
we
I-
need to
Honestly,
String
this
being
is
piece of shit or
100.
He's a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
No,
I'm just
this is
kidding.
100% honesty. Like, I honestly thought there's no way that he would be into me. Like, he was just too good looking. Like,
He is. Look at that
I-
sexy motherfucker.
I really thought, he just came from work. We both just came from work. So he had to dress up nicer than I
dapper,
do for
yes.
work. And just the way he was dressed, and I mean, he was obviously good looking. And I was just like, this isn't real. Like, okay, it's just going to be a one and done, date kind of thing.
Yeah. One
Like,
night,
okay,
that's
this
it.
is my first Tinder date. Okay. I got a real hot one, and then it'll just be downhill from here. Okay, no.
Little did she know.
Why would you think that, though?
I just thought he was just better looking than I was. I just thought that. And I just,
Jen. Come on.
Anyway.
We love you, girl.
Anyway.
You're gorgeous.
Anyway, so we got, basically we shut the bar down. We didn't eat. It was like, oh my God, I can't believe 3 hours had passed. And we were just talking about family and life and and his values, his morals, and we ended up just really
That sounds like us, man.
closing
dude.
the bar down and then walking because we just didn't want the night to end. So we
Exactly.
walked around
We
the
walked
block
around the
Yeah.
block twice.
twice at least.
So
and
when was the first time you think you introduced her to us?
Ooh.
Was it the New Year's Eve show?
Well,
Or was it a different
No,
time?
it was a different
no,
show.
it was a different show because,
was a
obviously
different show for sure.
we laid it out on the line, during text messages saying
Right.
we don't want any of the hookups or we're looking for somebody.
Right. You're not going to
And-
see anybody
Yeah,
else.
you don't want no
guys are-
bullshit. You just wanna
and-
go-
But see,
yeah.
that's the thing. When I said that, I said also, I'm a drummer. I'm a musician. I play out I practice.
Oh, yes.
And I have never.
So you
dated.
sign a lot of titties and stuff like that. You got to do autographs.
My band got banned from a church because
I
we
remember
played
those issues.
because we played as a Christian band, and we're a hardcore band up north.
Yeah.
And we did a little tour, and we went to Pennsylvania. And nobody knew us. It was very weird. At the beginning of the show, nobody talked to us. And after we played, our merch booth was filled with fans who wanted us to sign anywhere from shoes to their tits. And again, we were in a church because we were playing.
Thank God that Jen wasn't there for that.
We got an email.
God and Jen would not approve.
We got an email the next day or two after saying you guys are no longer welcome in this city.
That is hilarious.
And
So back to present day. When
Good
did you
times,
first
good
start
times.
bringing Jen around?
Okay, so I remember one of the first shows I went to was at Mugs and Jugs
In Tarpon.
in Tarpon,
Okay.
right off 19. And
It wasn't Mugs and Jugs at that time, was it?
maybe no, I think it was.
No, the first time you went to
yes,
a show.
It's Mugs and Jugs. Now it's Whiskey
Wings.
was whiskey.
So, excuse me.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
So other than maybe I went to a Sat show.
You did go to a sad show. Actually,
Oh yeah.
She went to a sad
was the
show,
first
but my
one.
dad and my uncle, my dad was in town, and my
Oh,
uncle
so
was
Jan
there
and Uncle John were there.
Yeah.
at Neptune's. Actually.
Oh, okay.
So I remember telling Mike and Dane,
Local
like, "Oh my God, I'm
Tarpon
so nervous. They have to.
Springs,
She
okay.
has to meet my dad and my uncle." I was like, you know what? I'm just going to tell her that this isn't her cup of tea, and we're going to meet up, and then she's going to leave. And that's
So
exactly what
I'm
happened.
not a metal music type gal.
well, we discussed this with me and Danny. I'm not either. I never was.
Yeah, never.
Metal was the last thing on my mind.
I'll listen to any genre. Metal, I just don't understand. Like I literally don't understand
I
the
told
words
Danny,
coming out of
to
their
me
mouths. I
it
don't
was
get it.
a screaming Mimi, which
Screaming Mimi.
which is an
fuck
old
is a
time
screaming
saying.
Mimi?
A screaming Mimi, like a
heard that
screaming
before.
grandma. Like
Yeah.
you don't listen to that stuff. You don't want to hear it.
Like when
Yeah,
my
that's-
great grandma would yell at me in
Yeah,
Italian.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
whatever.
a screaming
Okay.
Mimi.
Oh,
Like
I totally get it
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay, good.
okay, hold on. So when was the first time?
No, that was so. I ended up going to that show
by
at
yourself or with
Neptune's
somebody else.
Nope.
by myself.
Because she wasn't staying because I
And
was so nervous.
So I ended up coming, and I brought a little snack for him for his show.
String cheese.
String
I
cheese.
love string cheese.
And
And the notes.
I ended up meeting Mike and Dane.
Yes.
Okay.
And Mike came up to me, and he said this at our wedding. The first thing he said to me was like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you. Are you staying?" And I was just like, "No, I don't like metal."
Yep.
The first show I went to,
Nothing like to tell my best friend and my metal vocalist in my metal band that, hey, I don't like
no,
metal.
this isn't my cup of tea. I'm not going to stay. It's nice to meet you, though. Okay, bye.
So when was the first time you were introduced to
Yeah,
Danny and
so
Because
a couple-
ladies
I don't
and
know
gentlemen, I
time
don't
frames.
remember this.
I'm bad
I don't.
at time
I don't
frames.
remember.
No, we
the
were pretty
first
fucked
time.
up. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I don't
Be
remember
honest.
times, but I do remember being at Mugs and Jugs at the time, and the High Fives were playing.
So that was in Tarpon.
It was in Turpin,
Yep.
and I remember being at the bar because they had that 180 bar,
yep.
and then they had
On
the
the side, yeah.
and all the band wives of the High Fives were over at one table near the amp, and I was at the bar, and I just remember looking over and like they were all like giddy, and I think you were there, and they were all, with each other, and I was just like, oh, that's like really nice, and
But I really think
I
this
don't
was
know.
New Year's. Was it not
no,
New Year's?
then on New Year's,
Okay.
we had you with all your kids, Jordan not with her kids, Michelle with all her kids, and we were outside. We were actually outside of Mugs and Jugs.
Yes.
Because there were just so many people. And that was really the first time that I had met, and hung out with a bunch of
The
the
group
band
that Chris
wives.
knew,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, it was very intimidating for me. I had friends up and down throughout my life, and it was just, I was intimidated by a bunch of girls who were very close already. And you guys welcomed me with open arms, basically, and it grew into...
an
Fast
amazing...
forward 5 years later.
C6, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it grew into.
like an
grew
amazing
into.
friendship.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one of the other first times we were over at the studio. So we went over to Driven, had played a special show in Turpin.
At the Zone?
At the Zone.
Wait, was I there?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
you
okay.
were.
And
Cassettes played too, I think.
yeah.
We
And
opened
again,
with
it was one of the
Central.
first times we'd hung out, we've seen each other, but we bonded over a few of the different things that went on that night and ending up back at the studio and hanging out.
Yeah.
But I do remember at points it was different because for me, for so long, there was no other women that I knew except for a couple of people here and there. Michelle, obviously I'd met Michelle Donadio a long time ago. And that was one of my first moments of band wife or anything like that. And then meeting you and meeting Jordan. I mean, Jordan was pregnant at the time, the very first time I met her.
She had just had Everett when I first met her.
And so to be able to have a friendship.
Yeah, when you met her, she was pregnant with Liam, right?
No, she was
Everett.
pregnant with
Everett.
Everett.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I had met her a month after.
Yeah. But to have the friendship that we have developed over these years just from Chris and Danny.
That's right. We laid
Well,
down,
it's
we
together.
laid down the groundwork.
It's
Exactly.
very...
But
It's
you
a
and Derek
We
knew
set
each other
the
right
foundation
before
for
that.
it. Yeah.
I remember, side note,
Yeah.
no homo, I remember watching Derek play in Driven. He's an amazing guitar player.
Master
And
Shredder.
He will tell you differently, but I'm telling you right now.
He's way too humble.
he
That's
is
the thing.
Fucking incredible.
He's just way too
And
humble.
I remember watching him being like, oh my God, I want to play in a band with this guy.
Yeah.
I was like, one way or another,
Yeah.
he's going to be my fucking guitar player, and I'm going to
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of jelly because I've always wanted to play in a band with all my guys, and I still want to do a band with all my guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely
But
get it
again,
done.
being where I met you through music,
Yep.
I met Chris being your roommate
Yeah.
Through music.
through music.
Yeah, everything's
We
through
met
music.
Derek.
Yeah. Our
Well,
C6,
it was a very
C6 is
different
And then
thing
that
when I
was
did
her.
it
Yeah.
because I had
You never been in that.
I've
She
never
doesn't-
been in the music
Yeah.
scene. I'm not musically inclined.
Sorry.
By any means.
I'm not. I just don't have that gift, and I respect everyone that
And
does.
I don't either. And that's the funny thing. I
And-
have no musical talent whatsoever.
Yeah, and getting with him, and being really thrown into, because we were 0 to 60 within a day.
Oh yeah.
Danny and I
And-
were too.
Yeah, and just being thrown into that was just
Within
such
3 months, we were like, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
We moved in within 4 months.
Yeah.
I mean, you are thrown into this, and it's like, get on the train or get off kind of thing. And I don't know what
There's
I would
no
have
gray
done.
area for this
Well,
shit.
I don't know
It's
what I
either
would have
you're
done
in
Once
or-
they
without
find-
Melissa and Jordan
Yeah.
there and Michelle at points. I don't know what I would have done without them.
Well, see, the
because
thing
they kept me
Sane.
They
And
I
that's
would say,
it.
hey,
absolutely.
this
These
happened, and
guys
they would
are
say,
so enthralled
Yeah.
into this music. They've done it their whole lives.
it's 4
Everything-
nights, 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
It's not just like a weekend
And if you
thing.
don't have a
It's-
partner that's going to support you and do all that kind of stuff, they know right off the bat it's not going to happen.
Well, because
we were all lucky.
music was never the one thing that screwed us over. My drum set has never dumped
Right.
me. It's never, you know what I mean?
And they
It's
don't
never,
talk back either.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing though. So
Yeah.
if you don't like who I am and what I do, then I'm sorry, because I'm not changing, because this is
Exactly.
the only stable thing at the time in my life to where it was like, I'm not giving this
Exactly.
up.
Yeah.
I'm not
So-
giving up my
Yeah.
happiness, you know?
Yeah.
That's
And
the
at
thing.
that
At the time, that's what
After a
one
point-
of the only things that
Exactly.
After a certain period of time, I realized this is a threesome. It really is.
Exactly.
Music is the point that I have to get on board with. And
she
I
did.
love music.
Ladies and gentlemen,
love
she
live
did.
music.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I fucking love it.
And that's where we all took
yes.
that stance as the band wives.
Yep. You have to appreciate it.
Especially
You have
the
to,
three of us. We support our men.
Yeah.
You know what?
Through
You have
thick and
to.
thin.
And not to mention...
as
And I enjoy it.
friends.
It's not just like I have to support it. Like,
But as
I
friends,
genuinely
we
enjoy it.
support
That's a bonus,
each other
yeah.
through it all.
Because
you
without
know.
it, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have these relationships and these
Right.
friendships that are literally
sure,
to the
yes.
grave friendships.
100% agree.
We also make money as well doing
And that's
it.
always great, too.
Which is, thanks, honey. Yes, it is.
Well, that's the
always
only
great.
reason why you guys actually let us keep.
Oh, that's
going
your
with
bonus.
it.
That's your bonus.
120%.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
get
your
that
bonus.
wrong.
Like everything else is great, but that's your bonus, guys.
Like, I can get on board if you're making a little extra cash and you're gone for a few nights a week.
And then half is hers, half is mine.
I know, yeah,
it's all
right
great.
away,
It's all
It's
great.
half now. I'm
But
like, really?
the good thing is we have each other.
Yeah.
And that is what has grown
sure.
from
the bottom line.
all these friendships.
And that's how I met her too. I
Throughout
met her through the
these-
industry. You know?
throughout these 7 years for all of us, except for Jordan and Derek, who've been together longer. But in this group, the 7.
There is also a difference between groupies and roadies. Okay,
Well,
just so you guys know.
But none of us are the groupie
Exactly.
or the roadie.
Exactly.
We were there to support
They are
you
the
guys
band wives,
in
which is
this.
the third
Yes.
category.
Yes.
That is the best category.
Yeah. We are there to support.
That is the... Guys.
The guy who are you asking here?
The band wife is who you go home with every night.
Unbelievable.
It's the best.
That's who you're going home to. Let's just
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
sleeping on the couch.
So, all right. So let's get close to our final interaction here.
Okay. What do you want? Throw it. Throw it, baby.
What you got?
What are we doing?
So obviously, we just talked about how you guys met on the Tinder. Your guys' first app. Sorry.
Stop banging on the table, woman.
She's pulling a
She's
drum
in a
on.
mood.
You're gonna have to make me start talking like the girl from Schitt's Creek. Oh man!
Moira? Okay.
It's
She
baby.
just hit him in the balls.
So, obviously, we all just discussed how we all met, how we all get together, our bond. Chris, tell us now what you're in. Give us some bands, give us some
Right.
genres.
So
Musically, what is it that you're doing right now?
So I've had a very long journey from when I moved down here, meeting Sats, and I'm on a band that I've not only did studio work for, but also I'm in currently. And right now, currently, I'm the drummer for Screaming at the Silence, which is a metal original band, and I also play in the High Fives, which is a cover band from 70s to today. We play a lot of different music, and then I'm also
Pretty cool band too, man.
Yeah.
Find them on
Yep.
Facebook.
It's
a
a
lot
lot
of friends in that band as
Check
well.
them out on Facebook so you can actually see where they're gonna be playing next.
They
Please,
play private
yes.
parties, everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then my baby, I love this band, is the Whiskey Cartel Band, which is a strictly cover country band with Derek Robbins and Jason Gutch. And those guys, I mean, I've never listened to a country song a day. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. A minute in my life. And I remember Jason Gutch coming to me and saying, "Hey, let's do a strum and drum." And I said, "I don't know about that." And I listened to some of the songs he sent, and boy, it was a punch right into the heartstrings, and I loved every minute of it. And hopefully, well, I'm sorry, before I go there. So, we wanted to make this a full band. I did, and as well, Jason wanted to. And he was like, "Do you know any guitar players who, like to play country?" And I'm like, "No, man, I'm metal, based here. I don't know." Well, I asked my wife this, and what did she say?
I said, well, I know that Derek Robbins likes, because you are in the High Fives with Derek as well. I am obviously with Jordan a lot because of shows, and I know that she likes country. I know he likes country, and I was like, hello, Derek would be the perfect third person for this.
So I said, okay, that's interesting. Well, lo and behold, the next day, we went to Orlando for Danny's bachelor party. And we all, you know, we went...
Is that really where that started? I didn't know that.
We rented a van, and everybody, you know, was sitting in seats and everything, and I was next to Derek, and I leaned over to him, and I said, hey, what do you think about country? He goes, oh, I love country. You know, this is, you know, it's...
Thank you, Jordan.
Yes. So I said,
You're welcome, Derek.
So I said, well, my bass player in Sats, you know, Jason, he's, you know, he loves country and wants to put, you know, together a band. And I remember Jason showing me a video of, it was on Snapchat, of him singing. And for me, the vocalist in a band really, really makes it. Because every musician can be replaced. But a vocalist is just...
Frontman.
Yeah, it makes the band, you know, the voice. And so when Jason asked me, I said, look, man, I got to hear you sing. I got to do it, you know. And I heard it, and I said, holy shit. So I showed Derek, and he basically had the same reaction, like, holy shit. And so we got together, and lo and behold, the Whiskey Cartel Band came to life. Born. And it's been... thanks COVID, it really ruined our
unfortunately,
year.
Yeah, just like all of us, it has ruined.
Their very first show at Johnny's.
So let's just say it's still under construction, and
yes,
whatever comes, it's gonna be coming out of it and stuff like that.
So talking about under construction, we hear Screaming at the Silence is working on something special.
Well, see, the
or
thing,
a demo,
the thing is,
or something new.
I can't play the song unless I have.
Here's the thing.
Unless I have authorization.
Okay,
right,
but
so
hang on. We
from?
just had Mike Liguori in the show.
Yes, we did.
Okay,
and I get that, but I can't. But being in a band is like a relationship to where I don't want to
contribution.
Well, no, but I don't want to piss anybody off.
All right, so do we need to get Mike Liguori on the phone again?
There's always band drama. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Just call Mike.
Because we want to hear this song.
I cannot ask
it's a great
him.
One.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah. Come on, Mike.
So I was like, yeah, you got soft hands, but like, get your finger out of my
Mike, you're on speaker. Hey,
you're
man.
You're live.
Hey, so I have a question here.
Hey, guess who he's here with?
It's Ed McMahon.
Close.
It's not the WWE, bro.
But I have a question. I was hoping I can share to the world one of Sat's tracks.
Okay.
And I was thinking about, doing Juggernaut, but I wanted to ask if that's okay because again, being in a band, the relationship, I don't want to piss anybody off. So is that okay or?
Well, it's a demo version. We're working on new stuff. Why not?
All right. Well, okay. I'll go ahead and give the go. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, man.
Mike Liguori. Give it a shout out to Mike Liguori, guys.
Mike, do you have anything you want to say?
So, how's it going?
Well, it looks like we're out of time, ladies and gentlemen. So sorry.
You are live with social banter again, Mike.
Yeah.
There you go. That's Mike for you. All right, guys. So we're going to be playing Juggernaut by Screaming at the Silence right now for you. So, Chris, why don't you give your band a shout out and introduce your own song to them?
Ladies and gentlemen, and Mike Liguori on the phone. This is our demo version. We're still working on it, called Juggernaut. And I hope you guys like it from Screaming at the Silence.
Thank you to Chris and Jenn Deuro
We love
for
you guys.
joining us today.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Hang on a second. I don't want to be done yet. I got one more question for you.
All right. One more question.
I mean, yeah,
You can
We
hang
still
up
got
with
Mike
Mike.
here,
Oh,
so it could be a
all right.
threesome.
Love you, Mike. Bye.
Love you, Mike. Gotta go.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Chris, I got one more question for you because it's still a very hard question for me to answer.
Okay.
So I'm asking all the artists that come through here, I'm asking them the same question to see what different answers I get from it. All right. So if we have one person that is following your footsteps right now in this day and age, okay, what is the one message that you would send out there?
Well, if he or she is a drummer and, you know, they love playing drums and not only playing drums, but appreciate music, I think one of the things I would say is do not get discouraged. Is that everybody has started someplace where you were, whether you can only play 2 and 4 on the kick and snare, or, you know, you're playing smaller venues and you want more. You have to put in the time to practice. And not only, well, if you are a drummer, one advice that I would give that I really wish I would have taken into consideration when I was younger is to play to a metronome, to know your rudiments, because that is that is a very
so that's
deep thing.
really specific
I
music.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, you can.
I agree with that.
It's the
100%.
difference between talent and skill. You know, skill is something that you learn, but talent is something that you were born with. And, you know, thankfully I was talented enough to learn the skill that has elevated me to where I am now. And I just play. Just keep playing. Music is never going to go anywhere, you know, no matter what style you play. And I just encourage you to keep playing, piss off your parents. You play those drums,
Hell
you play it loud. You play
my
it.
grandmother
Or piss off the wives when you're too young.
But
my grandmother got so pissed off at me every single day for playing my drums inside of my room.
Yeah.
From the day that I got my drum set, my grandma every time, mijito, coño, deja de estar pasando la mierda esa. And I barely knew how to fucking play it. You know what I mean? At that point. So
we had the drum set in our basement, so everything.
You see, you guys in the fucking basement.
Yeah.
I wish I had a basement.
No basements here. But I also want to say, from an outsider's point of view, I think pivoting is important. I mean, before moving down here, he would never be in a cover band, and the fact that he pivoted and he saw the opportunity there to continue, and now he's in you had 2-3 other bands that were cover bands, and they were very successful, and it's just a very important thing to keep that open mind.
They follow their passion no matter how hard it has been.
Pivot yourself.
They have followed it.
So, real quick here, a lot of people know me as the drummer of Screaming at the Silence, but they also know that I do a certain thing every gig when I play drums. And Danny, what is that?
Oh, shit.
What do I do, Danny? Do you know?
Oh, shit.
Do you know what I do?
He does. It's all about the smiles, baby. Listen, this motherfucker has...
But he has a certain
Jen,
warm-up
how many?
routine.
It's called a 1,000-watt smile.
There you go.
It's because he has beautiful teeth and he has this beautiful smile, and you see it from like 1,000 miles away.
Yes, and the crazy thing is that you can't see anything else but the smile because he's going that fast with his hands and feet.
That's all his face
his goal.
is
when
he plays. Like 99% of the time, you're just going to see him either lip syncing with a smile or just smiling.
Because not only am I playing drums, but I'm getting paid to play drums.
You love.
To do what I love.
Yep.
And I say there's no point. You can't do anything else but smile when you have your dream job.
And it's funny because you and Danny, when you play very similar, you guys are very heavy-handed.
Yes.
You guys have multiple expressions. When you watch...
When he does the arm up, I know
but just
it should
watching
it's game over. He's into it. This is it.
Watching you guys play, your expression shows through your embodiment. It just all comes together.
That love.
Yeah.
You see the love
They
for what
know.
you're doing.
Yeah.
And you see it from the audience. Like, I know it's difficult. Like, you guys are in the moment and whatever. But, like, being in the audience, not being musically inclined and just being there. Like, and appreciating just live music. You see that. That passion really makes a live music and live band.
And I mean, I don't know if I'm speaking for Chris as well, but if it wasn't for you guys, for our queens, we wouldn't be where we're at right now. Because I mean, without the support system that you guys created for us as well, you know, there's no way for us to be where we're at. And especially, Melissa has been managing me for almost 7 years now. And if it wasn't for you, there would be another guy getting 15-30% from my shit. You know, for at least...
So Melissa's a great manager.
Notice how he said 15 to 30, by the way. So
exactly.
She's a great manager.
Definitely like 50-50.
Yeah, unfortunately, with you, it's more expensive, but it's worth it. The emotional aspect of it and stuff like that. It's, you know, I don't know if I would have been stuck to a needle or something like that if it wasn't for you. You know,
the support from Melissa to Danny is just really inspiring, and it really shows what you have to do to be that kind of wife that really does support a musician. And being a musician is very hard, and you really do need that support system.
And the best thing, the way I saw it is that, you know, I mean, as you brought up, Danny, you know, with the groupies and the band wives and everything.
Exactly.
You know, you could have hundreds of groupies, but when it's all said and done, whether it's the show or the 6-month tour, you're going home to an empty house with just memories. Yeah. And I wanted somebody where I can not only share those memories with, but when she's not able to be there, to come home and her to be like, hey, how was it? Exactly. You know, and you could, whether it was the shittiest show that you've ever played, or you're still on cloud 9.
You can vent that frustration.
And you have somebody there.
Exactly.
And that was, I mean, that's how I fell so deeply in love with her. Because, metal is not...
Well, that's how we fell in love with her, too.
Yes, metal is not her cup of tea, but
she is my root.
But I can talk about metal all day with her, and she will listen and respond accordingly. And
for sure.
I love that.
Well,
shout out to Jen as
shout
well.
out to Jen and Chris for being here with us today.
Are we going to play my song? I want to hear this.
You are going to, we are going to play your song.
Let's go ahead and play some Juggernaut because
some great metal.
I don't know if you guys know, but this is one of my top 3 songs from Screaming at the Silence, I want to say. Yeah. But it's actually, I will bow down to my brother right now because this is one of my actually top 2 of when it comes to drumming inside of this band. Yep. And this actually showcases what kind of drummer Chris is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's just fucking brutal.
I should have played the flute.
So guys, one last salute.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Before we play another Screaming at the Silence show.
Yes.
Camarena, if you're listening.
We love you.
Hey, baby, do you have any news for this one?
You know what? We don't have any news coming up. We've had some ups and
downs.
downs.
Frank's actually in PA right now with his family.
Exactly. We were hoping to get...
So he's going to be back.
We're hoping to get Frank in.
Yes.
And maybe, possibly, if he can, bring Lynette.
Yes.
If not, we also have coming up the Robins.
Yes.
Oh. Heyo.
And we also have
and the J
one, maybe 2 of the Donatios.
Maybe.
Coming in to visit us.
We're going to have to give them a shout and see if they can schedule something. Because I know that they got busy schedules too.
Yep.
Do it.
So we've got a lot of interesting things coming up. We are also going to do a special interview very shortly. It's a little bit different than what we're used to doing. It's not about the music, but it's about Papa D and...
Dickie Poo.
Yep. Dickie Poo all the way. Just about life in general.
Yes, life
just
experiences.
About
some of our inspirations.
Yes.
Some of the people that has actually helped our
the love that he shines through, the jokes, the banter that he
social
brings
banter.
To all of us.
That word is just made for him.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So we were reminded the other day when we tried to do a shot. And we said we were doing our shot to family and friends, and he wanted to make sure that shot also included Dicky Poo. So here we are. Thank you to the Douros and to our future podcast with Dicky Poo.
Cheers.
Salud.
Cheers.
Love you guys.
Cheers.
Everybody dance!